As you can see, we're here at the Aimpoint booth. The main product in 2019 from Aimpoint is a brand new P-1 and C-1 red dot sights, which can be used, as you can see, on conventional hunting rifles and on pistols.
Yeah, so the Acro is the biggest news of Aimpoint for this year, especially because they went and to produce a reflex sight which is fully enclosed still, but for pistols. We all know that this part of the market is growing and developing extremely fast, and there are many competitors in it, but majority of reflex red dots for the pistols have problems that after a couple of thousand of shots they fail.
Yeah.
So Aimpoint really invested a lot of effort into producing a dot which will not fail. So they went with really scientific approach. They measured the G-forces of all the calibers. They came to a conclusion that 40 Smith & Wesson is the hardest kicking on a Glock, let's say. And they produced a dot which they tested to 20,000 shots of 40 Smith & Wesson, and it still worked. Normally, someone when sees the dot will say it's a little bit bigger than other reflex dots. True, but it's also 10 times more reliable,
yeah.
At least from our experience with others. It's even so reliable that you're able to move the slide with catching of the dot without any problems, and the glass on both sides, it's the first layer of glass, it's protecting glass, so it's a normal, you can just clean it with anything you wish. It doesn't have any other function than protecting the inside of the dot. At the moment, the dot sizes available are 3.5 MOAs, so a standard size. I'll just put it like this. And probably in the future they will also introduce the bigger dot size. They designed the dot with a completely new footprint, which is specially designed for this dot, and they also have in their offering many adapter plates for all optics-ready pistols.
Yeah.
So I think already more than 10 of them, or even more than that. And those adapter plates will follow, I would say, in the future. With each new optic-ready pistol, a new adapter plate will follow.
You can also change the intensity with the buttons plus and minus, and you can easily replace the battery with I would say, like any conventional tool with screwdriver, coin, or something like this. It's easy to replace.
Well, the battery, it's a little bit different than all other dots because they wanted to make as compact as possible, and they wanted to make a battery on the side, not under the dot, so that when you change the battery, there is no problem with zeroing. The zero will still stay on the same place. What is also special with this dot, that the whole window is really, really low, lower than with most other dots. So I would say this was probably their main goal, to make a big window and as low as possible.
Yeah.
The reliability was the other game.
Aimpoint also decided for pistols to produce variety of different adapters for different pistols, like Glock, MOS sight, Walter PPQ, Zig-Zag, and so on, like the most famous handguns. And
I will also tell a couple of differences between the P-1 and the C-1. The main difference is that the P-1 is tested harder. So if you look at their information about the temperatures which the dot can be exposed to, if you look at the what are the other values, I think the recoil values and so on, they're basically the same, but the P1s are tested harder. But the only other additional difference is that with the P1 you have 4 different intensity levels meant for night vision devices, while with the C1 you only have 2, since the commercial market normally doesn't need so many different night vision settings.
Yeah, correct.
So in all, we just went through these general features. You can find a lot more information on our blog about these products, or if you send us questions directly to our email.
We forgot to mention that, as you can see here, the mounting platform, the mount can also come with a quick release, not just fixed versions with rifles.
And the mounts, there are 3 heights available for the Picatinny rail, so you can have it like on a hunting rifle, like here on the helix, and you see it's mounted really low, and with this big window, the window comes really low. This is the main point. But what is also available is the 2 different mounts for the AR platforms, where you can have the absolute cool witness or lower third cool witness. So you have a 30mm I would say the 30mm adapter or 39mm. I think this is it. We covered most of the things. For all additional information, go to our blog, read the articles about them, or send us questions over the email.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.